next?
Yeah, we are preparing,
Is it
ma.
foundations?
We'll go and face our demon tomorrow.
But by now, everybody should be very certain. Let me see if I can stream this.
Doctor, the more you read, the brain is interpreting many things at the same time.
Let me tell these other guys to join. Some master students are doing this course too. I wish I actually said we're going to have like a brainstorming session before. Well, and I got sick. Okay. See numbers. Oh. Is this how you? Oh boy.
So, ma,
Okay.
doctor, we are all expecting, ma.
Sorry,
I said,
it's not. I'm not the one setting your questions. So
so, ma.
Yes, ma. We are aware. We are okay. I am aware. I'm aware. So don't let me say we. I am aware.
So that you don't get it twisted.
So,
I'm just like I said before. It's just that I was a bit
occupied.
very busy. Then I was now very sick. Would have been doing this like at least would have done like 3 times
Yes, ma.
before now. But all good. Okay, so there's one question that I usually see. I thought I would be able to prepare some of the questions and just bring. I can't treat everything, but there's one recurring question. I see, what is it? I should state that is it the characteristics of, no, examples of a program software.
Wow.
You've seen it, right? Let me see if I can stream this. I'm coming. Has any of you seen that question?
No, not really. Let me see.
Not at all, ma.
Yes, okay. No, not program software, sorry. Program. No. I think because we have system software. Yeah, program system.
Yeah.
No, system program. Sorry,
System
system
programs.
program. Yeah.
Yes, we've seen it.
Okay.
Briefly describe the 4 kinds of system programs.
So if they ask you that question, what are they talking about?
That's types
I
of
guess they are referring to operating systems. If they say system program, they are asking us to mention
utility, device
the types of
driver,
operating
language
systems.
transmitter.
Okay, I think it should be. Is it operating system only?
Operating system, utilities, device driver, language translators.
Yes, so that question is a bit tricky. Because normally when you are defining software, after the normal definition of software, we have two common types of software. Which are what?
System software and application
System
software.
software and application software.
Yes. So that, and software, they are also programs, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So that is just like another name that they are just using to like maybe will I say make you think. So if you see something like that, I don't know. Sorry, I have to I didn't really prepare the things I want to. Just when I asked, they said, and I've been out. You said today is as you're writing the exam tomorrow. I just have to see. Okay, let's just meet. Let me see what you guys have even read.
Dr. Zion, please, can you repeat the question again? Sorry, please, ma'am.
Okay, let me try. Let me look for it. Okay, so the question is, what is... I want to see if I can stream this so that when we are done, you can still just go back to it. Okay, so the question is, what is a program? Yeah. System program. System program. Did you hear me?
Yes, ma, we heard you. Oh, I heard you.
Yes, ma, I heard, ma.
Okay, so that's the question. But so anybody that has seen the question can just tell us now. Can tell us the exact way it is. You've been sending past question to the group now, right?
No, good evening. I think the
Yes,
question
good
is
evening.
to find the four kinds of system program.
So first of all, if you have to answer that question now, how are you to approach it?
That's operating system, utility program, language translation, and device driver.
Sorry, ma. Like you had mentioned that the question is tricky. When the
Yes,
question is
that's
saying
that's why I'm bringing it up.
yeah, when the question is saying system programs, in my understanding is that a system program is a program that controls or that manages the resources of a computer system, and that definition is given to an operating system. So the question I want to ask for clarity is, how does utility and the language fit into that response or those answer? If you can help just clarify, ma.
Okay, so normally the when you say system software, these are example of so they are software that manages the computer hardware. Usually they are also can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
doctor.
sorry for
Yes,
interrupting.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so system software, they manages the computer hardware and also provide a platform for other programs, right? So they are usually, those software, they are usually given produced by the manufacturer. And one example of that is the operating system. We also have, you already know what operating system is now, right? Operating system is, they act as an intermediary between, okay, we can say they manage the computer resources. They also act as an intermediary between the hardware and the what and the user. Then we have utility software too. So utility software, they are used for the general housekeeping of the computer. For example, if you want to do things like, is it is it defragmentation? You want to do
Disk
things like you want to,
defragmentation, disk cleanup.
yes, you want to, yes, that's what utility software are. They are
Antivirus,
used,
backup.
yes, they are used
Backup software.
for general maintenance and what? And housekeeping of the computer. So anything you use for that, all those your what do you call this? Like firewalls and the rest, they fall under utility software in the system. So those things, those are examples of system software. So operating is not only operating system, just that operating system is one of the most important software, right? But it's an example of a system software. So that thing now, the reason why I'm clarifying it, normally when they're teaching you software, we say, okay, we have basically two types of software, which is the system software and the what? Application software. But in that course, in that question, I've seen it like almost 3 times in the past question. So that's, I don't know, I'm not saying it's going to come. I just say, okay, let me clarify that for you.
Ma, please, I have a question.
Okay.
Is system program different from system software?
No, it is not. It's the
So
same
it's
thing.
just the language.
It's
The
just the
English is
language.
confusing.
If you check your course material on that, I think when they are explaining this, the system software for you, they now said these are what they normally, okay, no, when they're explaining software, you know, they always say, okay, there are programs that tells the hardware what to do.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's just, they're just using that one now to replace that word software. So if you want to answer that question, if I am the one answering that question, first of all, I will explain what system software is about before I will not give example. I don't know. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Then
clear.
there's another question too. There's another question too that I've also seen. I think, sorry, I'm supposed to just arrange these questions so that I will just treat them. But I'm just doing this from like a rush thing now. For those of you said the exams is tomorrow.
Tomorrow. First paper.
Yes. I wish you the best. Okay.
Thank you, ma.
Let me just close this. Okay. Then we have one other question again. That question, I think I will have to just project that. I think I saw one question. They said differentiate between a computer and a computer system.
Come. Tell your mommy that the class have started. The class have finished.
Please mute yourself now, Daddy Vera. Are we there?
Computer system is yes, doctor.
Okay, so can you differentiate that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me hear.
Ma, come again with the question, ma.
Differentiate between a computer and a computer system.
Computer is an electronic device that accepts data.
That's all. Is that all?
Computer is an electronic device that accepts data as
No,
input.
let her finish, please. Just let her finish.
Computer is an electronic device that accepts data as an input, process it, and give a result as an output and store the data.
Definition. Thank you. Please, can somebody just help us put it in the right perspective?
Okay. Good evening. I think
I didn't really understand. Maybe she can say that again. I didn't get you well.
Data as an input, processes and gives it.
Okay, ma, let me try. So a computer is an electronic system that can be instructed to accept, process, store, and present data and information.
Okay. Susan, can you tell us? I thought you people have read. You have this exam 11 a.m. tomorrow. I just gather everybody together so that at least for those who just for little.
Let me try.
This one is the most. Sorry?
Good evening, man.
Yes, good evening, Susan.
Good evening, man.
Yes.
So the different data
Yeah, I think your network is breaking.
Electronic that assumption. Are you with me?
Your network is bad. I don't know if it's from my end.
Hello, me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? It's me.
Yes, I can.
I said the different style.
Maybe somebody else should just pick it. I think his network is a bit bad.
Okay, ma, please let me try again. So a computer system is an electronic system that can be instructed to accept data as input, process it, and gives a result as an output. And that in turn stores the data for retrieval in the long run. Then now a computer system is simply made up of the hardware and the software. That's what I think a computer system is. And those components interrelate and integrate.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, does anybody want to try?
I think I said it correctly, ma.
Okay.
Yes, ma.
But if you check your textbook, you see the okay, no. I think before I ask the question I want to ask, let me
Please, ma, I didn't get the difference between computer and computer system. Sorry, ma, please.
okay, please can you repeat that?
Okay,
I'll
ma, let
tell
me
you how
say
to
it
approach
again.
this question better.
Okay, ma.
But let me hear you. I want to project it, but I'm having
Okay, ma.
issue.
Okay, ma. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I said a computer is an electronic system that can be instructed to accept data as input and process it and give a result as an output, and in turn store the data for retrieval in the long run. That's a computer. Then a computer system is simply made up of two component parts, which is the hardware and software. And those two component parts integrate and interrelate.
Okay. Thank you very much. But is it just
Sorry, sorry, ma. There is a critical element that is also missing in the definition of that computer system, which is the people's way, which is the user. It is also a very critical element in the computer system, because without the people way, the whole computer system is not complete yet.
So how many components do we have?
Hello, ma.
Yes.
Can I try?
Sorry,
Yes,
just to clarify. Sorry, please, just to clarify. So the computer is the definition, while the computer system components of the computer. Is that what we're saying?
No, they are two different.
Computer is like the hardware, the machine that you
Hello?
can see and feel. It's just like more like a device. Why I think the computer system is more of the hardware and the software. Why the computer itself is just a device, the hardware that can be seen and
Let me
touched.
let me try
Let's not
clarifying.
dwell so long on this question.
Let me try clarifying for her, please. A computer system. A computer is an electronic device that can be instructed to accept data as inputs, process it according to programmed instructions, and produce results as outputs. That one is fine. And then a computer system, however, is a more comprehensive entity consisting of 5 integrated components that work together. That's fine.
Okay, so if you want to approach this question, first of all, a computer is an electronic device, right?
Yes.
That accept
Data as input.
That can be instructed to accept data as inputs.
Okay.
Procedure.
Just give me a minute. I'm trying to just do like a little projection for you on this. I think that's the only thing I have said. That I prepared. I started it with that question. So let me. You know, when you're writing exams, you are writing it so that you get all your marks correctly. Okay, while I'm trying to project, what okay, I know why I'm not seeing it. I didn't save it as PDF, sorry. Okay, while I'm trying to project that, I want somebody to help me define what a system is. What's a system?
A system is a combination of interrelated components that work together to achieve a common goal.
Yes. So it's a collection of parts, collection of different components that are interrelated and they work together to achieve a common purpose or a common goal. So if computer too as a system are all the components, right? If you are defining computer system now, just like, okay, we already know that computer is an electronic device that accepts data as input, processes the data, and give us information as what? As output.
Output.
And it also has the what? The ability to to store the data for future retrieval. Now, a computer system, I think, okay, yeah. Like if I'm explaining this, first of all, I will explain what a system is. Someone has already defined that. Is what is a collection of different components that are interrelated and work together to achieve a common goal or perform specific function. So computer system. Okay, I think I have something here. So one of you asked me a question earlier that, okay, in CIT 759, when they are mentioning the different types of components of computer system, we're talking about the input component, output component, storage component, processing component. From the definition of computer, right? Definition of computer. From the definition of computer, you know that there are 4 components that are there. The what? The input, the output, the processing, which is the CPU, and your what? And the storage. But if you look at that critically, you see that that is only referring to mostly the hardware. It did not really capture the software part of the computer. But of course, just like somebody said earlier, it is what is made up of both the what, the hardware, the software. That's why if you check your course material, you see this diagram. Okay, you see this diagram there. Yes. So you see the hardware, the people, sometimes called peopleware, procedure. Then in some textbooks, you see data and the what? Programs. So this program from here, when we were dealing with our first question, when we mentioned is it system programs, you can see this one. If you are drawing this diagram, you can also put software here at this part. You understand? This one can also be software. So to understand this better, when I was preparing this, you have these two in your CIT 759. I try to use the human body to describe what a system is. So the computer system suite is also made up of different devices that work together to accept, process, and present information, and also perform storage function. That is how okay, CIT 759 puts it for us. Okay. I don't I made a mistake. This. Okay. Then another question now is, okay, identify the basic component that makes up a computer system. When you say basic component that make up a computer system,
Hardware, program, people, information, and procedure.
I think I will remove this word basic, because if you are saying basic, you are mentioning those. So just identify the component that make up a computer system. There's no need to add a basic. Okay, so mentioning, those are what we have just mentioned.
Please,
Then,
ma.
yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Components of computer system, are they actually different from components of computer?
Yes.
Because I remember when I came to you personally to ask that question.
Yes, I said I'm going to call you. No, I wasn't fine. I said I'm going to call you. Sorry, I was going to call. I couldn't call
So
you. When
it's kind of
when you are defining computer,
confusing.
when you are defining computer itself, there are 4 basic things that you are looking at. Which is what?
Input, process, storage, and output.
Yes. So those are the basic components of a computer. At the level of defining computer, even though we know the software is the one that is telling the hardware what to do, but at that definition, the software not really mentioned there.
Hello, ma'am.
So it just, yes, I can hear you.
What about system unit?
System unit.
Yes, because I think it's 4 components, right?
Yes, okay, let me show you this. This is component of a computer system. I have one diagram that I used to. I did this because of the question you asked me. I'm not talking about you, the other person that just spoke.
Okay, input CPU.
Yes, so here is what? The first unit is the input.
Okay.
That accepts data, right?
Yes, but
it's clear, right?
I think here is we're having 3 components here: the input, CPU, and the output. And
Yes,
supposed to
then
be 4.
Then at the bottom we have, if you can see, we have memory too.
Okay,
The
memory.
Yes, and memory can be 2, either primary. So that's why you can see the arrow going like in 2 directions. At the part where you are working on your computer, There's memory that's happening
But
there.
sorry, what what I saw in the material was input output, the system unit. The system unit is not also to be called CPU.
I didn't get that. No,
System unit.
system units. These are just is it's just a part of the computer that houses all the essential components.
Okay.
Yes. And inside that is where you have. Okay, I told you I taught CIT 759 earlier. That's where you have things like motherboard.
The shapes.
You have even the CPU is inside,
The RAM.
right? The RAM
Yes, yeah.
is also inside. It's just like a box that contains all the essential components, internal components of
the computer.
Of a computer, yes. So we have things like the motherboard inside the system unit. We have the CPU there. We have the memory. We even the hard disk is there.
Add in board too.
I think we have the power here, the power supply unit.
Power supply.
Also there.
Memory chip.
Yes. So that's what system units is about. Then I think we have the expansion slot. Let me just go forward if I have this here.
Expansion chip.
Yes. Okay, no, this one is inside the. Okay, I don't have it. This particular material is for your CIT 759. Yes, I taught the course last year. Last semester.
Is it which one are we holding now? Is it
No. It's because of the question you ask. I was trying to form the questions that we are going to treat in this course. So I just used the same slide to do it. I'm trying to look for your system units questions that you ask. I think, okay, this one is motherboard, yeah. Okay. So the system unit is like a what? Is a house. The part of the computer that houses is like a box that houses all the essential components of the computer, mostly the internal components. So like I think I've taught people this before now. I said is a box, a case that contains some core hardware of the computer. So, but most of the things inside the system unit, they are internal components. That is where the motherboard is located. That is where the CPU is located, and the rest of them. Okay. Then I gave you one assignment earlier, right? I said you should tell me the different types of database we have. Sorry, I'm sorry for some of you that I've not been able to respond to. Maybe I will still just respond. For those who just sent what do you call it? Flat database and relational database. That is not correct. So we have different types of database again. So those who did it correctly, can you just tell me? It's on your material too.
hello ma.
Are we talking about because it's kind of confusing. Is it the database mode and the data model that's hierarchical, multi-dimensional, relational?
It's not model now. These are
No,
they also
it's under model.
Yes, types of database by structure, by model. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
sorry.
So, but what if
Flat.
so what if we were asked to to give the real database, not the database model?
And that's the one we talked about earlier. That's where
So
we
what?
have the flats, the relational, the we still have test database. Yes. We have flat, we have relational, we have a test database.
Three. Ma, what text database?
Those test database, they are database that uses
Plain
they
text
don't use
farmer.
they don't they are database without tables. So they use symbols like let me give you I think
Mark, I
something
always
like
say
a
those
comma.
are non-structured, non-structured database.
Yes, you
I'm
can
feeling
still
that
say
there
they
are
are
types
not
of flat
structured.
databases.
Those that use XML, those that use XML
No, no, no,
languages.
no, no,
What
no,
about non-relational
no.
data?
That one is not relational. This is not relational database. And one example of non-relational database
Is MongoDB.
is MongoDB. And you use
Yeah.
those ones very well when you are doing mostly web application, when you know that the data that is coming will not be structured.
Not be
So
structured.
they don't use tables in that type of database. But you know relational database, they are database that store data in what? In multiple tables, using multiple tables that has things like what? Rows and column. But for the case of test database, what they have is what? They use, instead of using tables, they use things like comma, angle, bar, yeah, something like this. I think I have, let me look for a sample for you.
Sorry, doctor, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, that's where we're in.
Okay. So, doctor, I was thinking that those text database and then spreadsheets are examples of flat databases. So, are we going to separate them and call them types of databases as well? Or they are
No,
examples of flat databases?
you can still put them under examples of test database.
Okay.
Yes, but on your textbook, on your course module, I think we have it separated.
Now,
We have
sorry,
it
the
separated.
doctor, in our module, they were
Yes,
actually
your module.
termed as examples of flat databases because they mentioned the text database and they also mentioned spreadsheets as examples of flat databases.
The reason why they say spreadsheet is an example of flat database, flat database, you know that their database that has just one table. So there is nothing like, you don't have anything that is relational. You don't have things like primary key. You just use it for very simple application. So spreadsheets is just something they're just telling you, okay, because in spreadsheet you don't really create the relations. That's why spreadsheet is giving us as an example of flat database, because the definition of flat database is database that has what? Just one table.
Yes, a single table.
A single table. Yes. But test database, they store data with using things like plain text. That's why it is test. And in relational and what's the other one? Relational and flat. Like flat now, it still has table. But in test database, you don't have, there are no table. Instead, they use, it's just, okay, for example, if you want to write name, let's say, just give me one name to use.
Say Henry.
Henry. Let's say, for example, we have something like name here, right? Then in this place, we have maybe score or age. So instead of having this like this, you have comma, score, maybe like 85. You know all those things now that has something like CSV files. There's really no table there. But what they have is comma CSV, you know what it means now, comma separated values. So that's an example of a test database.
Sorry, ma. So data
Okay.
models, types of data models are different from types of databases. So
No,
all those
database, when you are classifying database, it's not data models, database models. Examples.
so those ones are different. So for example, is enterprise database under types of database or database model or then database model? Like how is enterprise
Okay,
database types of database or database model?
it's still types of database. All of them, they are types of database. Nobody is even going to tell you that you should give database by a particular structure. They will just tell you to give types of database. So all the ones that you know, you can list them.
So even if we say hierarchical database, general purpose database, that special purpose database, that is
No,
still part
don't.
of types of database.
Instead of using general purpose, special purpose, no. Just give it with all those hierarchical, network,
Okay.
relational.
Class, relational,
Multidimensional. Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
this we have.
object-oriented
Yes,
database.
OOP. Yes, OOP. Then which one again? We have. There are so many. Even now we have cloud database as part of database. So in your own case, you can just try to just explain them. We even have graph database. We have centralized database. All those ones too. Okay, let me get another question. And then what is, I saw on the group, most of you are saying, is it software development life cycle? What
think
is
that
that
one is
about?
7-0.
Okay, that one is clear, right?
That one is CIT
I don't
703.
think that one is
What is
701.
7-0?
Okay, you don't have it.
7-0.
Okay, it's not part.
To also be happy. Difference between software
You
life
there in
cycle and
701.
software development life cycle.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I think I have
It's there. You have it in
Please, oh,
it's,
it's
701.
703. Oh, I
we
don't think
have
it's
it.
under 701.
You have it in 701 also.
The
We have it
701.
in 701 also. There is system development life cycle and there's software development life cycle in 703.
Okay. I think it's
We have
the
it.
one we
We
have is
have it in
701.
701. We have it in 701
We
too.
have it in 701 also. There are some past questions for 701 that speaks to this particular SDLC.
Because I know In the last material I gave you, did I not include it? So normally, I think it's system development life cycle.
It is software
Let me
Yes,
look
development
ma,
life
for
it's
it.
cycle.
It's software
included in your last
development life cycle.
material.
It's included in my last material that I sent now.
Yes, and it's under system development life cycle.
Let me just check. Let me check for it. Okay, while I'm searching, while I'm bringing that up, what is database management
Hello,
system?
ma.
Yes, I can hear you. What is DBMS?
Okay, so it's a program that is used to manipulate data in a database. Is it easy? Manipulate data in a database.
Okay, so what are some of the things that it does? See, I forgot to invite these other students.
It is a program that lets you manage data in a database. It allows you
Allows users
authorize
manage
people to
data.
have
Is that not
access,
database
authorize users to
management?
have access to it, helps to
That's what she
Hello,
reduce
ma. Good
asked me.
evening,
them
ma.
in term.
Yes, good evening.
I think
Good
it's
evening.
database management that helps to manage the database. It is well. That's the question
Yeah.
she asked
See,
now.
wait.
Oh,
I
okay.
said database management system,
Oh,
DBMS.
okay. Okay.
What are they?
It is a program that lets you manage information in a database. It allows you grants users access, authorized access to the data. It's also responsible for shutting down and rebooting the system the database in positions in times of system failure. It helps manipulate data in the database, meaning you can either delete or add to the data in the database. So those are
Okay. Thank you. So in simple terms, what are the DBMS? Because what does it do? The first thing it does is what?
Create. Store.
It also retrieve data. And it edit.
No, let's just make it simple. That's why you are here. You can add other things, but at least you should have um we should have
Retrieve.
the keywords, right? What again?
It
Maintain.
acts as an
Maintain,
Organize.
yeah, or manage, right?
Organize and manage data
You can also
Distribute
use it
data.
to retrieve.
to control access.
Okay. So basically, in simple terms, it's a software that is used to create, manage, store, and retrieve data in the database. The person that said we use it for manipulation, very correct. You understand? It's still in line because all these things you are doing is data manipulation. So if we are saying it helps us to create, what's an example of creating? Or if you say create, what is one thing we can create in database?
A table.
Yes, table. So you can give example of that. So some of the things that we treated when we started where we're treating database, I think we treated SQL a lot, right? We talked about it. So examples, before we go to all these create, maybe store, manage, retrieve, what are examples of DBMS?
That's the SQL.
MySQL.
Oracle is there.
MySQL, MX Access, Oracle,
Then SQL
FileMaker
Server.
Pro, MS Approach, is it Lotus, something like that.
Yeah, any of those SQL software you can remember. I'm writing SQL, sorry. DBMS. But before we talk about this, what is SQL?
Structured query language.
SQL means structured query language.
Used to query structured data in a database.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a language of DBMS. So you already know that SQL is structured query language.
Yeah.
And it is used to what? To communicate with a database.
Yes.
And when you are communicating with database, what are you doing? All those things that you say DBMS does. SQL is that language that does all the manipulation. You still remember now, we've done all these things before. This one is we're just trying to remember them. So it's just like a language that you use to talk to the database. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So if you are giving examples of DBMS, anything, all those MySQL, what?
Access.
Oracle.
MariaDB.
You say MariaDB?
Yes.
MySQL,
Okay.
Oracle, SQL Server.
You can also make SQL Server.
Yes.
Micro Asset.
Microsoft Access. Yes. MS Access is also one of them. This one, I told you that I'm going to even do class for you on it for time, so that we manipulate SQL together then. But we couldn't do them again. Think the other person that said, say Maria. I've not
There's
used that before.
MariaDB. There's
Spell.
MariaDB. There is a PostgreSQL.
Yes, Postgres. Yes, I have used this. Postgres. Yeah, that's right. I think that's like spell on Maria.
Yeah, Maria. It was from MySQL.
Okay. Okay, so you can look this up. I've not used this one before. Okay, which other question do we have again?
Please, I have a question. Good evening, ma.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
My network was disturbing before. I thought the types of database are the flats, the text, that one. But now you said they are wrong. So I'm
I didn't say
confused.
they are wrong. Oh, I didn't say they are wrong. I say you can
Okay.
add to it. Yes, you can add to it.
Okay. Thank you.
I did not say they are wrong. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm. I only said that some people just gave me just those two, and after just gave those I think one person gave me relational and what again? And flat. No, Somebody gave me two. So, of course, that is not enough. There are many others too that you can add. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I want to, a few things I wanted to clarify. What else again? Sorry for those that.
Okay, ma, please, can you help explain the difference between security and breaches? Still trying to understand that security and breaches.
So, security and breach. Normally, um,
Safeguarding of data and information. Right, ma?
okay, maybe somebody can just attempt it.
Safeguarding of data and then information to prevent it from hackers and crackers, or to safeguard from intrusion.
Okay, what about breaches?
Breach
Breaches,
is
like
when
the
the
word.
security is broken. Maybe there is an intrusion in the security, or maybe an unauthorized access to the data and to data and information.
So before breaches, difference, Abby. So this is the security part of the system. The cost, sorry. So normally, security. These are different mechanisms. Mechanism, measures, mechanism measures that you use to protect, that are put in place to protect, number one, data, number two, system. I think it can also protect data, system. We can also protect your network. This is where cybersecurity comes into play, right? So these are mechanisms, measures, tools that you put in place to protect your data, your system, network from what? Unauthorized access. Unauthorized access. So the reason why you put this in place, so that you ensure one thing. Anybody that has done cybersecurity will remember these words.
Yes, confidentiality.
Yes, this is confidentiality.
Integrity.
Yes.
And availability.
So when you are defining it, after adding all this, security is what? There are measures, mechanism, or even tools that are put in place in order to what? To protect your data, system, network. You can even expand all these systems, maybe both hardware, software. that are put in place in order to prevent unauthorized access, then also to prevent damage. We're talking about damage now because in security we have we have, apart from things like network security, we also have physical security. I'm putting this, you put them in your own words later when you want to answer it. When you have a broad overview of this, at least it will make you know what to write down. If, for example, you are in a building, where your server is stored, is located, your system, everything is located. If there's fire incident, what has happened? There's a damage. So physical security is also very important in security. And the whole essence of security is to ensure CIA confidentiality, integrity, and what? Availability. Let's not go into cybersecurity more, but you can add this. Because you are preventing people now from unauthorized access. Now, that is for security. So, but for a breach, a breach now is what? It refers to, okay, before I will even start maybe defining it, when that security that is put in place is what? Is broken. You don't want unauthorized access. You don't want somebody that is not part of an organization to have access to maybe organization network or organization data. But now a staff of the organization uses a weak password and somebody penetrated. Or maybe using other means, either brute force or social engineering to break into your system. Is somebody talking to me? Hello?
Can we
Can you hear
mute,
me?
please? Yes, we can hear you, but somebody's talking. Let's mute,
Okay.
please.
Okay, please just mute your device. So breach now refer to what? A case or an incident where security is broken. Where security is broken. That means there is what? An unauthorized access. Somebody that is not supposed to be part of the system and now has access, an unauthorized access. When security is broken, thereby an unauthorized access gain access to either data or systems. I don't know. Is that okay?
It's okay, man.
So it's just opposite of each other. That's what they are. Security now is you putting things in place, mechanism, measures, even tools in place to ensure that there's no unauthorized access to all this. Either your data, your system, or your network. Now, data, when there is a breach, of course, it means that somebody that is not supposed to have access, an unauthorized person has access. So it's opposite. One is trying to build defense, while the other one is where there is a failure in the protection or the security that you put in place. And so not an unauthorized person now has access. Is that clear?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Let me go to Moodle. What are the forces of ICT? I think
That'll be new one.
You mean the component?
there's one. I think that we have this in your material.
Ma, please, what's the question again?
Forces. Can you see my board? Or am I not sharing my screen? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
I can see your screen, ma.
Okay,
God.
okay.
My
But we've
forces
never
of
looked at
ICT, forces of information technology, we have the computers, communication networks, then know-how.
Mhm. That one is very easy. I think you have a diagram there.
Ma,
Yeah, there's a
please, is
diagram
it the
there.
same thing
They,
as the
they
Oh,
wanted to
component? Is it the same
that's
thing
component.
as the
It's the
components.
component,
components of
right?
ICT? Yes, it's the component.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay. Because I was confused when I heard
Ah, same
forces.
here. I wanted to say which one is forces again.
This one, and the top, then the top, no, that one. I mean the tights. Okay, yeah, components. What? Let me go to our first material. I'm coming. I'm just touching on anything. No, I don't know. Anyone that comes, all well and good. Mm,
Ma,
yes.
forces
I
and the
heard
component of ICT is different.
Yes.
there's one diagram that I want to bring out. If you have the diagram, paste
àárọ̀
it
ìmọ̀ tó
for me
rí
on the
wọn ló
chat.
pọ̀ mi mú dẹ̀ fíìtì ẹ̀ ní alẹ́ àná.
Right? The diagram on that your course module. Somebody should help us post it.
I call Rezan.
Can you put it for us? Yes. We have forces now. Information technology. We have computers, communication, and know-how. Yeah, I think it's the same thing with the component too. If you check the first material I sent to you, that first this thing, you see it there. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Ma,
But there's a diagram, just in case, maybe if they tell you, let me send it. Let me see if I can. There's one diagram. Okay, let me just draw it anyhow.
That is having.
Do not put it in
You've
their
not seen it.
diagram.
You've not seen one diagram that looks like this.
Yes.
IT. There's information technology.
Yes, I
Then
saw
here
it.
we have what? Computers, right?
Computer.
Yes.
We have hardware, programs,
Communication.
and
Yes.
Then
information.
we have, then that's where we have hardware programs, info. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Then,
yes, 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 yes.
so that's what I'm asking. It's just a reminder. Most of you have read now. Should we still continue, or some of you will go and revise your book, so that for those who want to go and start revising, you can go so that you don't waste all the time since you have 2 courses tomorrow. No how. If I thought we had time before, so that we just do it like 1, 2 times.
sorry, a minute, doctor, please. I have a few concerns.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, my name is Charles. I just had access not quite long to this group, and the courses in terms of classes, my email in short, up to now, I'm still having issues. I have not been able to do anything. I just try to study on my own. My main background is in electrical. I'm trying to, I'm trying to grasp most of these things. I'm even doing some jotting here, including with what I've read. I don't have any summary notes. I don't have any classes. I've tried to see all the online. I was told you can do online lectures, you can do record. I've looked for everything, even different areas. They said access. I don't know what's happening. I've been to the IT department in the Itamaga Study Center.
Have you?
They've
Okay.
done, yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
Continue.
Yeah. So my challenge is not reading, but since I'm new to this course in terms of not my core background. My core background is electrical power machines. Anything there, I'm good to go. So my challenge now
Okay.
is I don't know if there's like an area that someone will say, okay, you are not telling me this is what you are expecting, but this area, it will be easier for me to quickly study stuff like that.
Should have been nice if I'm the one setting the exam.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I feel your concern, but
Let me say something. Mr. Charles, were you able to have done your TMA?
Yes, I struggle to do that.
You did you
I've
did
not
you
even,
answered all the
I've not
TMA.
even, yes.
Okay, so that's nice. I would have said if you didn't, because you're saying your mail, if you didn't get access to do your TMA, I would suggest you just shun this semester. Because if
yes.
not, your results will not be looking good.
Oh, all right. All right.
Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Bye.
So if you
Oh,
were
boy.
able to, I thought this thing was streaming since, so I was not even looking at it. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so you said you were able to see your TMA, do your TMAs.
Yes, just I think just not quite long. I
Need a
after much.
area of concentration.
What did you say?
There's some summaries in the
I
group
was able
that
to
can
do
actually
something.
help.
I've done it.
But are you
So
on this
then I have
group?
access to this group too as well. So,
Check the
If you're on
WhatsApp
the
group.
group, think a lot of you are there in your class.
There are a lot
There
of
are many
summaries.
people that have done lot of question and answer.
Yeah.
To some of the questions. Though I've not looked at some of the answers because I've been quite busy. But I think
There are
those
a lot of
ones will help.
summaries in the group that you can download.
all right, thank you. Thank you.
You can download summaries. But okay, maybe you don't know how to. You don't really understand how to. Once you get access to your A-Learn portal, but it's quite late now. You have your exams this week now.
Tomorrow, sir.
Exams has started already. So
11 o'clock
Yeah.
tomorrow, by the grace of God.
Hello, doctor.
yes, I'm with you.
Please, I don't know if there's a way you can be able to help us speak to the management. It is not actually good for a PG student to have exam
2 papers
immediately, 2 papers at
after
the
the
same,
first
almost
exam.
immediately.
Which kind
It
of
is it is
nonsense
it
thing
is
be that?
stressful. My kind of person now, just like Mr. Charles, I have a background of mechanical engineering, production line. Then, due to the factors of Nigeria and all that, I work in a bank. So I now have ideas about ICT. You understand? Now, being able to combine studies and then work is a very
Work.
nice thing. But then having 2 papers
2
immediately
papers
after another
immediately after the
is a
other.
crazy
It's
thing.
terrible.
Is a
And
crazy thing.
703 is a very bulky course.
Yes, and then
Like
they
that
jam packed paper for Monday, and now after I write 11 o'clock, and I have two
Right by
o'clock on Tuesday, I have a paper for 8:30,
8:30.
711.
Wednesday 8:30.
So
Friday
you
8.
understand now there is no space for somebody. You
How can
can
they be using
now
1 week to write all
with
your
this same thing
courses?
now. Somebody can decide to go into the hall now, and you're writing 701, and you're writing 783 answers, and then you
I'm
go to the other one, then you combine the whole thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
In fact,
Because it's
that's my major challenge now.
I even raised a ticket to the management to state that this exam combination doesn't work fine. But I know they will not answer because it is one person speaking out of 1,000 students that are going for exams. But then it doesn't make sense. If they have
Sometimes
made it,
Many
if they have
people do
done it,
that.
even if it's one paper per week, it will be fine.
I swear.
It's crazy,
We all
honestly
did the
speaking. Help us
writing,
talk to the
writing
management.
stuff.
For the sake of
There's
those
nothing
who will
to
be
do.
coming after us, they should be able to do
Move on.
something
There's nothing you can
cool
do.
and make it
Please,
easy.
I support what you're saying, sir, because we work, we're
In
actively
exam,
working.
she's gone through
So
1 month.
having papers back to back is as if we're doing BSc again.
Up the
So
other
it's
night and
it's not
sleep.
it's too much.
I
God will help
have I
us.
have I have four
Yeah.
I don't
courses.
think
I
they're
have
the
four courses.
that
I have four courses for courses in this week,
Off the small light
and
and
it's
see.
coming back to back.
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it at this level. So let's just move
No,
on.
Exactly.
for
When your
the sake
timetable
of
came out, that was when you were supposed to complain. I think
We
I
did.
raised.
I
We did.
personally
They
raised
did.
a ticket
They
for it. I
actually
did.
did on WhatsApp.
I did. I did it. I raised a ticket on what they call it for a request on this exam timetable thing. But the next thing I saw, I went to my portal and I saw exam. Still the same thing. Now, for the sake of those who will be coming after us, please, there's a way we can be able to help them because our own now it is now at the mercy of God now for us to go into the hall and write. So if they can, if we can be able to
Somebody told me
help
she's
them,
having 3 tomorrow. More
Mm.
2, oh no, 2 or 3, I don't know.
I have 2 tomorrow and I have 1 on Tuesday,
The
8:30
same here.
a.m.
Same here.
No, it's something else, honestly.
I pray we won't mix 703 and 701 together tomorrow.
It's not the same course
Exactly.
now.
Because
What's 703?
Software development.
development.
Ma, we are
Information system and software development.
That's okay, fine.
Ma, just pray for us. Adult education.
You don't even remember the
Honestly,
course, sef.
no. It's crazy now because the head is filled up already.
It's adult education.
Where to
And
start is the main problem for
some of
702.
the modules we have in 701, we
And
still have a
most of
little
us
bit of
don't
it
even
in
have
703.
foundation.
Time is going. Oh, can we move on, please?
Okay, where would they move on go? Would they find solution? They move on. Where they
We
go?
are done now. You're still gonna revise on your own.
I think there is nothing
Go
I
and
can
sleep. Go and sleep.
There's no solution this night. So
There's no solution
go and
again now.
cram.
It's just to cram.
Just cram.
Okay, so let's
Now
see
when
how
you
we
get to
can.
the exam tomorrow, don't talk to anybody. Just till after you're done
Let's
writing.
see.
You
So
cannot even
what?
talk to anybody.
Okay, let me explain one thing to you. Like this one now is like exam tips. How to answer question well. I know most all of you have done undergraduates. Hmm? Oh, okay, except maybe I don't know if my 200 level students, if any of them join, I send them late. We have master student here, we have PhD, then we have, I don't know if the undergraduates join. Okay, let's say for example now, they ask you to list and explain some terminology. Let's say list and explain forces of ICT. Maybe you are seeing 6 marks. Let's say 6 marks. In some, let's say, you already know that. So give me now. What are they? First one is what?
Computers.
Second one is what?
Communication.
Communications network.
Vision. Know-how.
Then
Communication.
network, right?
Computer network again.
No, the other, no.
It's
Communication
Communication network and know how.
Then 3 is what?
know-how.
know-how.
Networking. Okay, computer networking.
It's communication network, not computer.
This is 3, right? You've seen it
Yes,
at
ma'am.
least. So if you want to answer this question like this, please don't answer computer and start explaining. Then don't say communication network and start explaining. For clarity, because once when
I'm going to contradict your point.
I didn't get that.
I said, so you will not go and contradict the point you've written.
Yes,
Just
so
list
that
and go
maybe
your
if
way.
you want to explain computer now, you don't even know what to explain there. Please get your 3 marks complete first from here by listing. When you go down
Yes.
now, go to your, if you now come under, you can now start explaining computer. Even if you don't get it correct, maybe you forgot some things, you
You
can
have
still
3
get
marks
your
already.
0.5 from here. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Then you come to ComNet.
Network.
Right? You can
Yeah.
get this complete. But if you jam them, so instead of you to be having your 6, maybe at the end of the day, clinging 5 marks from here, or maybe 4 marks, or 4.5, you might just be getting maybe 2.
Oh.
So I want people to pass very well.
Okay.
It's good. So as in
God
for
bless you, ma. God
clarity.
bless you.
God bless
So
you, ma.
with that, you clean plenty marks. So some things that you are not okay, they say, okay, what is database management system now? Okay, list examples. Don't jam them. Just explain DBMS at the top. Then under, you come and you start what? You start
Explain.
you understand, you can now maybe expatiate.
Noted.
List all the examples. Examples you don't know the marking guide. Examples can be another 4 marks. You don't know how they will split it. Okay, no, they used to write the marks at the front for you. And so it's very important. So I think that's what I said I will still tell you. Because there's spread of mark once marking is going on. So ensure that
They say
there's
outline
clarity.
call. Outline this. They say about outline. What
I
is it
just
about?
wanted to ask.
Outline is more
Hey,
like list.
list.
It's more like list too. But in some cases, just outline. If you know the explanation, you have time, you can still explain on that.
You don't carry
But when you
definition
see
of
things like lists, that is
There's
very
different
clear.
fine.
Sorry,
When you
Doctor.
say list, just list. Don't waste your time. Because most time is
There's
one mark or half marks like that. That will be
Sorry,
awarded.
Doctor. I wanted to say this was 703. It was our 703 lecturer or 735. I know it was 735 lecturer. So he was telling us that when we are asked to outline, we should try as much as possible to explain and also add examples. Like give marks fuller. That's what he said. I remember he said it in one of his lectures. So I don't know how true that is.
So, but me, I'm not telling you that if you are outlining, ensure that you list your things at the top. Then you can now explain at the bottom. Even with only your listing, sometimes you can get everything. Okay, somebody can help us look it up now. Difference between somebody can just help us. Someone can help us check.
After is the same thing. The other
Can somebody help me answer?
is the
Discuss
same thing.
of MIS.
No. No. No, they do work with them. No send you outline. Just list. Come on for there.
No, just use Google. Let's see it.
I use
Just Google.
yes. It's
Just check. What does it mean in exam condition?
I didn't put the exam condition out. I just wrote the outline and listing the same thing. Outline and the chat and GCP said it's the same thing.
So me, I know it's the same thing. So, but if they said describe,
Part Fine.
You understand? Oh.
Yeah.
But just in case you know the explanation, you can give small line. Another thing that should guide you in answering some questions is look at the mark that is allotted to it, so that you don't waste all the times too.
So it says here that to list and outline in exam conditions means to quickly, clearly, and concisely construct information without writing full paragraphs. That's just like a summary.
Exactly. Straight to the point.
So you can just list, but to get to get more marks, ensure that you list clearly at the top. They try to use paragraphs to answer your. If you know another tips to exam. If you know that you don't know the things very well, the ones that you know that is very correct, start with that one. Don't go and start stories. You understand? Start with the one you know. Sometimes, with the what? One you know very well.
Well, what if they say, okay, answer number 1 and any other 3? And
If
from
you don't
that
know
3,
number 1 well, please go to
no,
the
number
one you know
number 2.
well.
Can you do number 2, 3, and 4? Then that number 1, so
Yes.
that you do it short. You do everything for them. They should just speak.
No. Who are you going to stress? It's not everybody that has that time.
If you know A, if you don't know, there are sometimes you know A and B in second question. Then you know maybe C in
So
third
if
question.
there is any compulsory question, you usually carry more marks now.
Yeah.
And you
carry
don't.
more
And
marks.
what if you don't do anything in that number 1?
Oh, imagine. God
Oyo is
forbid.
your
I
case.
beg. Oyo.
What will you not do?
Help us.
God, I beg. And this thing, the way they will say number 1 A, B, C till G. What happened? Illustrate with a detailed diagram.
Many to many relationship.
Relational.
Try to know some SQL statement too.
This our head cannot carry.
No, not the code. Examples now, select statement, delete, create, all those things. Yeah.
Okay, please, I want to ask, can somebody help out? Discuss the 3 main features of management information system.
That thing is long ago. I've tried to. I can't even.
Oh God, I beg.
Voila.
That thing is long.
Your course is quite bulky.
It's too much. I don't
It's
even
too
know where
much.
to
I
start.
don't even know how to it.
No, that is why they are giving you. They will give you 6 questions now to answer for.
That 6 questions they are giving, in number 1, you might be able to.
Alone. 1 to G. Number 1 to G. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D.
Ma,
Hey, God, I
6
beg.
questions to
I think you
answer
should go
for.
and start reading this
The
night.
reading is not entry.
And the English
too
question, ask
much. I don't
yourself
even know where
questions
to
now. You
start.
can be here. This is where you can be. I can leave the meeting. At least those who have read. I know some serious students, they've gone back to their...
Oh, serious student. Now be me. Oh, God, I beg.
No, sorry. That's not what I meant to. You know, some people, they just get the small point and they know how to...
And they've gone.
I'm not saying you're unserious. Some people can read together in group. You know,
But
this
what
is a
of all
9
that
to
happened
exams.
first? You never finished 701. We are still back to 703. It's only God that can help.
711.
I wish I had
and the
more.
next day,
I wish we
you're doing
had more
711.
time to do this.
I've not even read
I
711.
and I thought I was even recording this thing on YouTube. But I will just
Oh.
upload it and send you the link. I thought I was streaming, but I just saw that my network
Few
ended.
hours to go.
Few hours to go.
Thank you so much, ma. We are very grateful. We will not fail by the grace of God.
No, I don't want you to fail. That's why
Yeah.
I'm here.
Amen. No.
Will not fight.
At least the
Will not
things
fail.
that though we did almost 8 weeks with this course. So we still did some other things. What are those? There are some. There's one part that
Ma,
we
most times we are in the office, ma. We just sometimes we miss lectures. Oh, this is where we thought, sha.
Now only one time I attend this lecture.
Me, I even tried. I attended like four times.
Some people get a pass you. God.
God, I beg you.
Yeah, some other people can ask yourself questions, sure, if you want to.
Please, let's
Okay.
go back to our group and ask each other questions. Have
All
a
right.
sister.
Okay, now, so I wish you
Thank you.
all
All
the
right, keep it
best.
Thank you, ma. Good night,
Okay.
ma.
Thank
We
you so
really
much, ma.
So much,
appreciate.
man.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma.
so
Appreciate,
much.
ma.
Have a
All
really good
right.
day.
Bye bye. Maybe
Yeah,
when is
bye.
Thank
when
you,
is
ma.
759?
Next week.
Okay.
Next week.
We
But
have
that
Yes,
another
course
now.
is
It's
easier
elective
for
now.
you, right?
Is on Tuesday.
Okay. How is the course?
Is ma. Is
Me, I don't
well,
know anything about the course. So.
Don't even know. Some of us
Okay, no
don't even know.
problem. If I have time, if I have time, I will do that one with you.
all
God
right.
will give
Thank you so much, ma.
All
Okay,
right,
now.
ma.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Dr.
so much, man.
All right. Bye bye.
You have
Bye
a
bye,
wonderful
Doctor.
night, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. I might just upload this one, Sha, for maybe for the sake of, if not for the exam. I thought I was streaming it so that you can just be flipping through before. Unfortunately, but I will upload the recording on YouTube.
All
Maybe
right,
for
ma.
future
Okay, ma.
reference. All right. Bye.
Bye bye, ma.
Thank you,
Bye,
man.
ma.
God bless you.
Success. Wish you success in your
Amen, ma.
exam.
Amen.
Amen. No.
Amen.
Ah,
Oh,
Jehovah.
Now, let me take one bottle of Heineken first.
Ah.
Until you go wake up by
Continue.
4 o'clock tomorrow, your
I
mind go
beg
there.
you, no go get hangover. Wake up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
For
You better go watch your
God,
money. Look at your steady.
PM, I go
Go to
wake up tomorrow.
Idiomatic.
All
It's
right,
been a while for me
hopefully,
to read.
maybe you'll see one or two things from the things we talked about. I wish
Thank
we
you.
had more time. All right, bye.
All
Amen.
Wish
right.
you
Bye,
success
ma.
in your exam. Bye bye. Yeah.
Thank
God bless you.
you. See you next.
Oh, Allah, now we are still here. We might meet again in another course.
Yeah, so, okay.
By this time.